Hey, good morning. We're on the Roku Ultra again. This is 2024, and these are my must-have year-round apps. So what I do, I like to rotate what I call the Big Eight. The Big Eight, to me, are Disney, Prime Video from Amazon, Max, Hulu, Paramount, Netflix, Apple TV, and Peacock. These are the ones constantly in a little bit of a rotation. You get them at the first, you put it on your calendar. First of the month, boom, you got a message. Add streaming service. Oh, okay. So you add a couple streaming services, and by the 28th, you get a message, because February has 28 days sometimes. Oh, cancel streaming service. And usually they'll keep you 30 days. You'll still have 30 days before it's gone. And that's the way you keep up. You're constantly, the first of the month, you add a streaming service. And you're good. Yeah. And now I know that a lot of people just out there just like, yeah, but the new Game of Thrones is prequel show, House of the Dragon. It's going to premiere soon. Got to get Max. Right. Everyone does that. Don't feel guilty about it. I mean, the smart way to do it, to save money, is to get it with ads, because the ads are cheaper. Or if you just love your content and you don't want to be interrupted by ads, you get it with no ads and pay more money. But yes, I'm guilty of this too. Smart way is to get an app like Next Episode. That's one of my favorite apps for keeping track of shows. And I'll look and it'll say how many episodes there are. And usually it's right. And you'll be checking it like, oh, there's 7, 8 episodes or whatever. So if they have it every week, like on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock, or I wait till Monday to watch it, or whatever, you calculate, okay, I could just wait another month, binge watch those first 4 episodes, and watch the last 4 episodes at the end of the other month. That's the way to go, and you only pay once. Yeah, it works. If something happens, you're like, you have some emergency or something, and you miss the last episode, you're paying for another month to get that one last episode. But that's okay. That can happen. It's not a big deal. The thing to look for, Hulu is your network. During certain times of the year, networks are big. They got a lot of shows you want to see. And sometimes getting a network app like Hulu for ABC, Paramount for CBS, and Peacock for NBC is on a lot of people's lists. They're like, I got to watch my network stuff. I don't want to rotate. You could rotate and say 1 month I'll do CBS shows, and then I'll catch up on my NBC shows on Peacock. You could do that. That's great. Another alternative thought you'd want to know about is ABC app. You can watch stuff a week late a lot of times on the ABC app. Bachelor, 911 has the ship. It's the cruise ship, but it's only got episode 1. We've already seen there's episode 2. It's locked because you have to have your TV provider. If you got cable, they'll let you take a sneak peek of that. Let's see, we're cutting the cord. We're getting rid of cable. So we're not worried about that. But on Hulu, ABC stuff's next day. Unless you're watching General Hospital and you come home and by 8 o'clock at night, usually it's on. Okay? These for your soap opera people. Like my wife. Okay. Now, one of the apps I keep year round, we love Paramount Plus. Number 1 network in the United States is CBS. CBS is Paramount. See, Paramount has Star Trek. Paramount has all the Taylor Sheridan shows except for Yellowstone, because that was his first huge hit. And Peacock, starting their streaming services, had no real giant show to get people to tune into Peacock. So they got the rights to Yellowstone for the foreseeable future so they can have a hit show on their thing. So watch Yellowstone on Peacock, get caught up, and jump to Paramount Plus to see 1883, the prequel, 1923, also a prequel for the Dutton family, and many of the other Taylor Sheridan shows, Mayor of Easttown, Linus, Bass Reeves. You're going to love them. and they're only on Paramount. That's the thing with streaming and cord cutting. A lot of these shows are not on cable. Some of the best shows out there, you don't see Game of Thrones on cable. You're not channel surfing through cable to see Game of Thrones. You have to have Max or HBO type thing to see that stuff. That's not on basic cable. They're the best shows on television. Succession, just wrapped up on Max. Great show. Oh my gosh, it's good. Little situation comedies you can see on network is Ghost, and the UK version of Ghost I think has appeared on CBS a few episodes, but they've got all the other shows usually on Paramount Plus. So Apple TV. In our house we have Paramount Plus year round because we love it. We get it with Showtime, so that's ad free. We watch the Super Bowl on that. We always have our CBS shows we watch. We're pushing CBS. I mean, if you want a good Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, that's about all that Peacock's got. I mean, for a network show in the ratings. If you check the Nielsen ratings for shows, most watched shows are sports. Football just dominates in this country. So a lot of people get YouTube TV to catch their NFL stuff. There's going to be a new sports app coming out this fall. They're hoping to finish up. That could be the source of your NFL this fall. So keep an eye out for that. Don't commit to YouTube TV quite yet. Netflix has everything in the world. The most popular streaming service. If you're getting started in cord cutting, everyone gets Netflix. Everyone. We rotate Netflix in and out because you get to a point where you've seen stuff. There's stuff you can wait on. We've been watching The Blacklist, that network show, and it's on Netflix right now that we can watch the old seasons, and we enjoy it. We see it, but we can wait. CW, free app, that's year-round because it's free. They've made a lot of changes to CW network that's coming. A lot of Canadian shows are on there. We watch Wild Card. That was pretty good. My wife likes catching things on Comet. You can get that year-round. My wife has Hallmark movies now year-round. She loves Hallmark. Peacock just started getting Hallmark stuff on their app, and she's like, really? My Hallmark stuff's there? Yeah. I said, you don't have to renew until Peacock loses the Hallmark stuff. Year-round, Roku channel, Tubi, ABC app, Freevee, Pluto. They're free. Absolutely free. Give you the cable-like experience. Must-have apps. Must-have. Weather apps, it's better to look at your phone. Yes, I know. Weather Network, Fox Weather. Get a local news and sports. They have apps. A lot of your news and sports have their own apps. Get the app. Type in WFLA is a Florida thing. You can get the Florida app for that and watch the news and sports all you want. There's Tampa Bay area news and weather. An app. You just hit it and you can watch the news and weather. You don't need YouTube TV and those expensive things to get your locals. You can get your music on here. You got a sound bar. Keep it year-round. Yes, we have music year-round. And it's on the sound bar. We can play it in the background, getting dinner ready. Local Now is a good news source. Haystack News. I love Haystack News. And you've got other options for different things. Sports, ESPN, Red Bull TV's fun. Year-round. Disney Plus. That's kind of a rotate for us. We know we have it more times than we don't, but we can rotate that in and out. Now, Hulu is merging with Disney Plus. My wife loves General Hospital, ABC. But she wants to watch it today. We have an antenna, but it's 47 miles to the tower. Sometimes it doesn't record. She wants to know why we don't have Hulu. So we keep Hulu alive, okay? We got to have it for 8 o'clock at night. She's got to watch her General Hospital. Yeah. Okay, Disney Plus. Don't need it year-round because we don't have kids. We love the Marvel shows, the Star Wars shows, but some of them have been kind of So there's no reason to get it forever. The new Taylor Swift concert, we've been watching that. That's great. There are a lot of good things on Disney Plus, and it's going to get stronger with the Hulu edition. And we'll probably get it more and more for that. Prime Video. We have Prime shipping all year, so this is free with Prime shipping, so we have that all year. Okay, I told you Paramount, we guilty pleasure, we keep it all year. For CBS, Star Trek, Taylor Sheridan, Hulu. I've had it all year before, just because of General Hospital. We'll have to kind of wait and see with the Disney Hulu merger. But as long as we keep recording shows, we have a tablet and the antenna, and it records stuff. So we can watch it and skip commercials, because there's no skipping commercials when you get the Hulu, unless you pay a lot more money, and we don't pay that extra money for that. We do for this, not for that. Max currently is year-round, but will go back into rotation. So it will be not a year-round thing. We can rotate certain months of the year. This is March. We have Netflix is in the rotation this month, and we'll end it. And I'm trying to watch all the 3 Body Problem episodes before the end of the month. We're right at the end of the month, and I think episode 4 we just hit. So Apple TV. Technically, I have that all year right now. It's a great rotation. Most of you are going to look at it and go, I'll rotate that one, Scott. And I might skip 3 months before I go back to it. Great. Usually my rule is Netflix, skip 2 months, Netflix. Max, skip 2 months, Max. Disney, skip 2 months, Disney. And they're all on different months. So you're getting a big streaming service to pay for during those months. Apple TV. We love Apple TV. It's got great content. It's got Masters of the Air, I loved. It's got Ted Lasso. It's got Monarch, Monsters. That was good. With Kurt Russell and his son. That was very good. There's a lot on Apple TV. If you hear us sneezing, that's our little kitty cat. Allergies are probably getting him. All right. So what you need, Peacock is not necessary. Every once in a while we couldn't record something and I'd have to subscribe to Peacock just so my wife could watch something that she wanted to see on the recording and it didn't record. So during network times, sometimes we get it, but usually it's on rotation with Netflix usually, yes. Peacock, and since Netflix is the biggest, of the big 8, Peacock is the smallest. They're on the same month. They're on March. And by doing the rotation and skipping, you get Netflix by the holidays in December. So all those holiday specials and Peacock with all its Hallmark content both fall in December. Max, I usually have it skipping back and forth in August. And the only reason I was trying to figure out a neat way to get it to work for the rotation was Shark Week. Love Shark Week. They premiered it at the end of July. And I was like, if you had it all July, then you only get the end of July to watch a couple episodes. That wasn't fun. So in August, you get all the Shark Week. So August is Max, and Disney counteracts with Shark Fest in July, all July. So if you like the shark specials that occasionally come on, they're fun, and Disney's by July. Okay, so jot those down. Prime Video, I would not keep year-round if I was actually paying. I would rotate it in and out for the Lord of the Rings show, the Jack Ryan, different. They have some great shows on there, but not a lot. Like Apple TV, not a lot of great shows, but they spend some money occasionally. Apple's always spending good money, getting top talent. They won the Academy Award for Best Picture with Coda. They've got the Tom Hanks movie, Greyhound, if you haven't seen that. There's tons of good stuff to watch. You don't have to have it year-round. We do. We love bouncing in, catching something. I'm watching Slow Horses right now, and a little trick it's a British show. I put the closed captions on because every once in a while they're talking, and I can't understand what they say. I'm like, what they say? But if I can see the closed captions, it's a guilty pleasure. Heard about this closed caption thing. It's a great fix. I love Slow Horses. It gets crazier all the time. It's kind of the people that aren't with the MI5 that have screwed up, so they go down to this slow house is what it's called, and they call them slow horses. And they get them to do occasional assignments, but occasionally they get right in the midst of things. And the first season was great. I was just like, oh my gosh, it was suspenseful. And Gary Oldman, who's a huge star, is the star of the show, and he's just so great as Ms. Lamb. He's this a-hole boss that everyone's kind of scared of, and he's in charge of the slow horses. And when MI5 comes to Gary for some help, get your people to help a little bit with the background on this assignment. Not a lot, we don't trust your people, but they can help. And he's like, okay, don't insult my people, they're my people. I insult my people, it's that kind of humor. It's a lot of fun. So that's the biggest thing. Prime Video, if you don't have shipping, get it and skip 2 months or 3 months or whatever you want to do. Disney, skip 2 months. Hulu, skip. Max, skip. Paramount, I like to keep. But it's nice rotating in and out of networks. You can do 2 months off, 2 months off, 2 months off. Disney, keep with Hulu that same month, right? Peacock, keep with Netflix. Paramount, keep with Max. And you rotate in and out, throw in your Apple TV occasionally to see what's up and new for that. Definitely good quality. If you haven't seen For All Mankind, you're missing out. You are missing out. For All Mankind's great. A lot of people like the morning show. Ted Lasso is huge. Everyone's got to see Ted Lasso and Shrinking. I was watching Shrinking going, wow, they got Harrison Ford on a TV show. That's a big deal. And the same thing with Paramount. 1923, Harrison Ford's the star of that. How do you get these big stars? You get these huge shows on these streaming services, and you can pull in the big talent that you can't get on cable. You're not going to get CBS to get Harrison Ford. No, that's not going to happen. But to grab someone big like that, and Netflix always has good stuff. A lot of families are going to vote and say year round. We have to have our Netflix, and that's all we care about. And then you're rotating everything else out. Don't make the mistake I did. I rotated, it was called CBS All Access instead of Paramount back then. My daughter freaked out. I'd rotated out Netflix for her Star Trek. And she's like, I don't watch Star Trek, Dad. I said, well, no, it'll be back next month. It took about 2 months. The end of her life as she knew it. Really, it's like cord cutting. She's like, where'd my Disney Channel go? There's Disney apps, you got other sources of Disney. And she was, tough love, cord cutting isn't it? Sometimes daddy's got to do what daddy's got to do. But now there's so many options. There's a little tableau. We're in a neighborhood that gives you free cable that we never watch. On demand is the future. On demand is pause, somebody comes to the door, phone rings, you want to go eat something to eat, I got to get up, pause, someone's talking, pause. Your wife wants to tell you something, you pause. But you don't miss anything. You just and she's happy, unpause, and you go back to your game or what you're watching or whatever. It's simple. That's why it's so important that on-demand streaming services have taken over cable and people are cutting the cord left and right. On demand. When they get home, they can watch what they want when they want. They don't have to wait till 8 o'clock for some 30-minute show or a 1-hour show and then wait till 9 o'clock for the next hour show with commercials all in. If you don't want to have commercials, you can pay for it, but they're making it more expensive every time. Every time there's a price increase, the ad version is cheaper because they make more money on that. That's the future. So you're going to start getting ads. Not as many ads right now as on cable. Cable's got tons of ads, okay? You're going to get tons of ads. But not as many if you get the ad version of these guys. Paramount's got a lot, Hulu's got a lot, yeah, if you get the ad versions. But really they're tolerable. And you can look at your phone, you can run the kitchen real fast, because you can't fast forward through these bad boys. They got that rigged. So, this is the way to go. YouTube TV all year. It's free. And my wife and I are always watching stuff on YouTube TV. I've got my little episodes and my little guides of stuff. She's got hers. She loves the gardening lady from, I think she's from Oregon. And what is it called? I don't remember. But she's huge on gardening on YouTube. She's got this great big house and barns and other barns and a gardening center, and it's a big show for her, and she loves watching it, and she loves putting flowers out here. So that's the must-have app in our house. I'm always catching her on YouTube watching something, despite the fact we have all this other stuff. You'll see any topic you like, you'll find on YouTube, and you'll find someone that does a good job reporting on it for you. Definitely recommend YouTube. Definitely. And that can help you pace out your other stuff. So whatever you like. If you want to rotate in Paramount, fine. You want your networks, one network every month, fine. If you've got to have all three networks during the season, fine. Remember, a lot of shows will not air during the holidays in December. A lot of shows, once May hits, that'll wrap up. They'll start again about September, October, and go on. If there's a holiday or spring break or something going on, not a lot of new episodes are going to appear. You can wait because everyone's on vacation. Anytime someone's on vacation, the kids are out of school, a lot of network stuff will cut back and save it so they can drag it on. With the writer's strikes and COVID, all that stuff hit, and you're not going to get a lot of network this year. But Peacock started early with their shows, so they'll probably wrap up first. Paramount, ABC, and CBS, hopefully we'll have enough shows to make it through May. And then when summer vacations hit, they might throw one or two test shows out. You'll have something to watch, but it won't be that urgent. You'll be looking at Netflix and Disney to see what Giant and Max to see what they're sneaking in during the summer when they know the network stuff's not available. That would be the kind of time to look to see what they got big coming out. What's good? So I'm glad you tuned in. My guilty pleasures, as I said, to recap, technically have some Disney right now, but I would say rotating is in the future. Prime is free, so it's all year. Paramount's all year. I have Apple TV all year currently because I just like it. I like turning in and finding a good show, and they're all great shows. Just me. Netflix, not all year, but I know most of your family votes will be, and that's how you do it. You get the family to vote, the kids, the wife, everyone's got to be happy. And say, look, can we go a month or two without this service, and then you catch up again? Everyone's going to have their opinion. Most of them are going to be, I want Netflix year-round. That might be the opinion. Then you have to negotiate. How about with ads and no ads? Okay, here's your budget. Everyone in the house gets $20, and hopefully they'll overlap so that you don't have to spend $60 or whatever if you got three people in the house. You're like, okay, let's vote. Everyone wants Netflix. Okay, that'll be our year round. Then we'll have a rotation every other month, every 2 months, 3 months. An Apple and an Amazon could go 3 months off, easy. In a Peacock, 3 months off, unless you're in networks and you got to see Chicago Fire. There ain't much else on Peacock, and I know there is. I know there's a lot on that people love. But for ratings, if you look up the Nielsen ratings, you're going to find it all CBS and a lot of ABC. That's the facts. So you guys enjoy your streaming. Like and subscribe if you liked anything. Give me a thumbs up. Let YouTube know you love it, that you want some more content. And I'll see you again next time.